the train station that's going to get you right to Chatuchak Market is BL12 up there, which is Kempeng Pet. You can also get to it at Chatuchak Park, but you probably have to walk 120 odd metres or so through the park or alongside the park to get to the Chatuchak markets. Exit 1, Chatuchak Weekend Market. So we need to go back around that way over here. So let's walk around to exit number 1. So this is an entry area to the Chatuchak Market. And of course entry is free. But what I want to point out here is the Chatuchak Market map. I think it's very convenient that it's located near the entrance. And the other thing that you might find of value is the scan for Chatuchak Market map. Now I've added that link into the description for this video, but having that map at hand will be helpful in being able to help you determine what's in each of the locations. So let's just go through an example of that. Blue area 9 over here, 9 to 11 blue area, handcraft artificial flowers. That's that area there. 16, 17, 18, clothing, hiking equipment and leather. So let's find 16, there it is, 16, 17, 18. All right, clock tower reference, that's the middle of the market, the clock tower. So you'll know where that is. At the moment, I'm at entrance 3 and you can see the arrow pointing to entrance 3. So orientate yourself around the market. You can see the shape of the market, and it gets to a train station over here, which is Kempeng train station, which is right at the entry of the market, and it goes around to the other side and doesn't go any further, and then all of these little rows go in, and then of course they go across as well, right? Meaning that it's extremely dense inside those areas off the main road. When you enter, you can agree that we will meet at this particular meeting point should we get lost. Now over here you'll see section 17, Soi 9, that's Chatuchak Weekend Market. Over there, that side, you'll find a shopping centre right next to the Chatuchak Market, and it's called Mixed. You're right, you don't often see a view of Chatuchak from the sky, so here's a view from the Mixed Chatuchak Centre, which is this building I'm in now, looking down onto the market, and you can see all the stalls in front of me, as well as the rows running down through there and of course running across. It's jam-packed with shops, and it goes for quite a long way into the distance. Clock towers in the middle. It's not that hot today, but it does get hot down there, particularly when you're walking under cover and there's not much breeze coming through those laneways. Now as we start to enter the market, we're actually coming into the market now, we can see the stalls are appearing left and right of me. You won't have any trouble finding ATMs or foreign exchange booths. There's one over there around the place. They're well equipped to help you part with your money. I'm standing at the main drag, right? So you can see Chatuchak. Now it's a bit difficult to understand without a map at hand, but there's a perimeter that's running around the entire market. So you can follow that perimeter around, and then when you're game enough, turn right and go into those aisles or laneways and start exploring. Now, I say start exploring, but I think that's the wrong advice. The correct advice here is actually know where you're going and make a beeline to it. Don't just wander around here aimlessly, because you will get lost and you'll have to come back to a reference point or whatever. The next thing is that you're just going to burn a lot of energy looking at the same stuff over and over and over again. So lots of food stalls along this particular pathway that I'm on. So each of the sections in the market have a number. So you can see section 16, soy 24. If you've got a map, you're going to be able to identify what that section and soy relates to. So I've just had a bit of a look around in the market, and I thought I'd pull up and get myself a soup, and I'll post a separate video on that. But while I was sitting here, I thought a couple of things I want to mention just when you're coming to the market. One, it's a no smoking zone, so no smoking in and around the market. Two, look after your health and well-being. Hydrate regularly throughout the day. Don't eat big meals. Make sure that you're eating small meals, if anything, but keep your water up and look after your well-being in terms of your hydration. Stay as much as you can out of the sun. If you can, wear a hat, use sunscreen, that type of thing. Look after your valuables, all right? They'll go walkies if you don't. Make sure that your wallet's secured, camera's secured, anything else you've got that's of value, make sure it's well secured. That's probably it. If I think of anything more as I'm moving around, I'll let you know. All right, I'm going to get into the soup and I'll come back shortly. Let's go down here to the clock tower. I've just walked in off the main external perimeter and I've come to the middle main road, right? Or main laneway. It's quite wide, as you can see across the middle here. I'm walking down towards the center once again and I can see the clock tower ahead of me. And there's the clock tower, right up there. Okay, so that's a central point. It's also a great meeting point. Thai tea, grandma's recipe, huh? So it's quite easy to just wander off now into a different location and you'll end up doubling back on yourself so many times. It's pretty incredible. A bit noisy. Some years ago I bought some cutlery in this market. I love the Thai cutlery. It's made really strong and it's quite durable. And then we've got flowers. Lots of the stuff you smell, put up your nose, that type of thing. Some porcelains. Lots of little knickknacks. I call them dust collectors at home. At least you've got a showcase. I wouldn't waste my money on buying that stuff. Here we got some coffee. I wonder what... Oh, they've got a La Morocco coffee machine. That usually means they are making a great quality coffee, because that machine takes the hard work out of making coffee. So I am going to get a cup of coffee. Terrible cup of coffee. Yeah, so they're quite lucky to have a location in this market, but yeah, the coffee's absolute garbage. It's got no strength to it at all. Lacks body. Terrible. People shouldn't be allowed to make coffee like that, really. And I know it's not the machine, so it must be the quality of the beans. Next stop is the food court. Let's have a look at the food court on the third floor of this particular centre. Oh, this is nicely air conditioned. The Dog Country Cafe. This is beautifully air conditioned. So all these people bringing their animals in here. So as you enter one of these food courts, you'll see the cash card system is operating. You walk up, you tell them how much you want to load onto a card. They'll give you a card with that amount of currency loaded onto it. Then as you move around and you purchase things, they'll tap the card on a electronic device which will start withdrawing money out of your car's credit, to the point where you end up with no money left. Or if you've got some credit, just come back to that cashier and they will give you a refund for the amount you've got on credit. We've got some dim sum cooking here. I like the idea of that. This food court's lovely. It's got lots of nice things in here, and it looks like people are having a really good time. And I can see the clock tower of the Chatuchak Market through the window there. So, if it was me, would I eat in the Chatuchak Market? Yeah, I would, but I think coming into here and eating here, have a look at some of these skewers, they're lovely. And over in the distance, I can see one of my favourites is pork stew. I'm going to cut through here now. Too busy everywhere else, and just have a look at all those food stalls against the wall there. It's amazing. So I want to grab something to eat, but you know what, I'm going to stay true to not overloading myself with food while I'm walking around the market, so I can continue on through the day. So instead I'll get a bottle of water and keep going. So I just had a look at some of these shoes in here, and I got an idea of the prices, and they're asking 1,500 baht for the shoes, right? Things like, they're all copies of course, things like copy New Balance. When you think about that price and you compare it to, say, prices you get in the Philippines, mate, that's just highway robbery. They're just really taking advantage of the tourists. I also know that in places like Pattaya, you can pick them up for 600 to 800 baht. This place is really clipping the ticket where it can. The guy was honest, he said they're copies. Then he sort of rolled into the tail end of that, say they're Class A type copies, but yeah, whatever it is. It's still not the original, and for 1,500, which is quite a lot of money really in terms of Thai money. I'd rather wait until I went into an area where I can get them a little bit cheaper. That said, also, I'll probably find it difficult getting my sizes around here too. Generally speaking, I don't buy shoes anymore in Asia. I used to, back in the old days, but now I can get my shoes pretty cheap back home if I just shop online. So these are international shippers. I will put a link in the description to their website where you can look up the rates, but from what I can see here in the conversation I've just had, that top price there is 115 baht per kilo if you're packaging 21 or more kilos to Asia. The Europe one is similar, right? 310 per kilo if you're packaging 31 kilos or more to Europe, and Australia 150 baht per kilo if it's 100 kilos plus, right? So you'll need to go on the website and look at their rates on the website to find out what it is for other quantities should you choose to ship it. You've also got DHL here, so you can get prices from them. You've got Easy Ship. There's a number of them here, so you won't have any trouble finding a shipper to send your goods back home. So I've arrived at the corner. It could be the back corner or front corner depending on your perspective on entering the market. That road here is that one perimeter, one side of the market. That road goes all the way around here and down to the other side of the market. All right, and all in there is your market. Behind me is the MRT station that you'll need to come to if you come into the market, and I'm going to be leaving from that station at the moment. So let's have a look at that right now. Conveniently, you've got some self-storage lockers. You can drop some stuff off here, safeguarding it around the market. And the station, the MRT station that we're interested in, which is the closest station to the market, is Kampang Pat.